Hi, this is Jacqueline with Nickel and Dime Decor. Thank you so much for being with me today, and we're going to do something so cute. It's called English paper piecing, and I'm going to show you how to make the traditional flower. The flower can be used in so many ways, and I know not everybody knows about English paper piecing, so that's why I'm here to teach you. Thank you so much for watching. We are making a flower using the technique paper piecing, and then I am trimming the corners with a small ruler marked with a 3/8 inch, and I'm just trimming the corners, and this is so you do not have so much bulk. It helps tremendously when you're folding down your corners. And you'll have very, very sharp points, and it'll look so much nicer. English paper piecing is an old hobby that has been renewed by Sue Daly. She makes wonderful, up-to-date paper piecing. When you have all of your 2.5 inch squares trimmed with the 3/8 on the corners off, then you're ready to start putting your paper on and gluing. Be sure that you don't put your glue up too far on your fabric, because when you start sewing those ends together, and your needle doesn't work good in glue. So leave about 1/8 of an inch on your paper and go from fabric to fabric. Not just paper to paper, but you've got to cover the fabric edges also. And that way, and don't do it just a whole glob. Go lightly, it'll hold, and you don't want too much glue. It's a waste for the main thing, and you just don't need it. Then when you get through pressing, you do all of your edges. And these are 1 inch paper pieces. And then I'm going to sit on it or stand and press on it. And the reason being is you want real crisp points. And this is just a good way to get it. And there you have it. Now we're ready to arrange our pieces into a flower. You can lay them any way you want, whatever's pleasing to you. Put your single piece, the turquoise piece, in the middle. And it's a lot of flowers have 2 or 3 colors, but the fabric is so varied in this, I just used the same fabric. And then arrange it the way you want it. And after you've arranged it, you will be ready to sew. Get you a 50 weight thread with a number 10 needle, and you're ready to work on it. I have a 50 weight thread, a number 10 needle with a pretty big eye, and I have put my 2 pieces together, and be sure that they meet on each end. And we are going to make a knot in there at the very end of it, and this is called a knicker knot. And you just catch 1 or 2 threads at the end on each side, Sue Daly made this knot, created this knot for viewers, and it's very good to secure your pieces at the end and at the beginning of each and every piece. And you just put your needle through there, gathering 1 or 2 threads. Then you wrap over to the left. Take your other thread and lap over to the right. Pull your needle through, and there you have a very secure knot. And then you can put 2 of them if you want to, but 1 is secure. Then we're ready to just slip stitch all the way across. And slip stitch just means we're going through the front and the back, pulling it up, moving over 1/8 of an inch maybe, and doing another stitch. You want about 12 stitches or 15 across the edge. Don't do like 24 of them. That's what I started out doing. You want, you don't need that many. You don't need it that tight. So only try for about 12 or 15 stitches. We are working our way around doing each piece to the center piece. Slip stitching our way across. This is such a wonderful project for you to do while you're sitting and watching TV with the hubby. I think that's why they created English paper piecing. Is to sit there and be with the husband and pretend that you're really paying attention to the story on the TV, but you're really concentrating on your English paper piecing. Now, I don't know that to be the truth, but I think that's what it's all about. A lot of people have a difficult time getting the needle through, and the reason for that is that you're hitting the paper. So you want to barely go across the top and catch the threads at the top and not dig your needle in too deep, because that's what you're going to hit is the paper. And when you're taking off your little pieces of paper, then they can get, you've sewn them in, and it can be really hard to get out. And when you do get your papers out, I'll tell you now, your fingernail is your best tool. And that's how you just kind of ease around and then pull out your papers. And when we get to the last, I show you how then we add another stitch going across on the second row. This is what we're doing right now, is just doing the first row around the center piece, each piece. So I'll let you just watch and I'll be quiet. And remember though, when you get to the end of your 1-inch piece, your paper piece, to be sure and do another knot. And then when you start on the second one or the third one, do another knot at the beginning. Always remember the beginning and the end. I think I forgot to tell you that you can choose the color of thread that you would like to use. And you can also choose whether you want to use polyester or cotton. I chose a white thread, but I could have gone with a lot of different colors. It just really wouldn't matter. But now if you're doing something that's basically white or black or, you know, a predominant color, then you need to match your thread with that. Because just starting out, you might be able to see these threads. Now you get better at it, you are not going to be able to see it at all. So I chose the white because there's a lot of white going across it. It really didn't matter. I could have even chose the green, pink. I could have really picked any color. But if it's solid, you know, a lot, get the most predominant color and go with that color. And a number 10 needle is a good size needle for this project. Not too small, not too big. You sure don't want a big needle. Don't do that. You'll never be able to pick up just those 1 or 2 threads that you need up at the top. And, you know, these are little hexagons, but they make diamonds, they make triangles, they make, oh my goodness. If you go to EnglishPaperPiecing.com, you will find hundreds of different designs. It's unbelievable how English paper piecing has progressed into something so wonderful. Enjoy. This is a great hobby. After we get all of the side pieces sewed on, then you have to connect them on the outer edges. Well, not the outer edges, but the flower petals, we'll call them. We have to connect them. Well, that can't be done very easily unless we take out the paper in the middle. It just, I didn't know this, and I've been doing it and bending them. And then it's hard to reuse your paper pieces. These little paper pieces can be reused multiple times. And you can order them at paperpieces.com. To take out the middle piece will free you up to be able to fold your pieces together and then sew them. It makes it quite simple. You don't ever take out your other pieces, your paper pieces, until you're totally through. But that middle one can come out when you're ready to sew the side pieces together. There's so many things that you can do with your flower. And there's one that I just made in class yesterday. And if you'll notice the shiny part on the back, that is Wonder Under. No, it's Heat and Bond, excuse me. Heat and Bond, and I've already pressed it on there, and the shiny part means that it's ready to be placed on fabric and appliqued. You can make quilts with it, you can make mug rugs, purses, bags, anything in the world that you want to do. English Paper Piecing puts out books that you can buy with tons of projects. And there's I'm going to make a mug rug with that, and that's my backing. And all I have to do is press that on there, and it's ready to be quilted. I can put my batting underneath it, and then I can either quilt by hand or I can quilt on the machine. I'll probably quilt on the machine. I don't have time to do it by hand, but just do a 1/4 inch from the edges all the way around. You can do on the outside if you want to, just make some straight diagonal lines or a crosshatch or whatever you want to do on the outside edges. Make it as simple as possible. Don't try to be too decorative, because honestly the flower is what you want, you know, to stand out. And sometimes quilting takes away from your project, so too much is not always a good thing. And that is the end of our video. My goodness, we learned a lot today, didn't we? Thank you for watching. Bye.